Hey guys, it is Monday here in the Philippines, so it is time for us to do a premium unboxing, and I'm kind of swapping it with Wednesday and doing our exclusive premium unboxing. And today we're unboxing the canceled Lamborghinis from Mini GT. The two that I have in front of you are the ones that were released. This one was only partially released. They caught the imperfections during 50% production and then canceled the rest of the production on that one. Then they threw away the plans for the Volcano yellow and the gray one altogether. They had already made some. That's how I've got a couple of them, and that's how you're seeing them on eBay. Some of the good ones slipped out of the factory and made it onto eBay and shopping sources here in Asia. But the black one, as I said, like the production, probably only 50% of it was released. And the reason being, this is my conclusion, because this is what I've seen on all of them. And even the blue one that was made in 100%, released all 100% of the production, has these imperfections too. The blue one's a little harder to see, and I will show you here. So, after I show you this, we'll move on to unboxing the newest ones. It's on the hood and partially on the roof. See these little spots on the hood? It almost looks like paint rash, but it's not really rash. It's like under the clear. So it's very discreet. Like in certain lights, you can't even see it. It's really not noticeable in a lot of light. It just has to be hit by the right light, and I have really great lighting in my area where I film, so you can pick out all imperfections on a model, which sometimes is a bad thing because I get really picky with some of them and really feel like the paint's bad when it's really minor. But this is something that you should be aware of and a little bit concerned about, because I'm not sure if this is just in the casting. The mold itself had these imperfections, so it left the imperfections in the hood, and when they paint over it, it doesn't do so good to fill in these little imperfections. Or is it zinc rot or zinc cancer? Is it going to get worse over time? And to be honest with you, I never noticed it on the blue one when I first bought it, but it could have been there. I just wasn't really looking for it until I read this story about the recall. Now, the black one, as I said, 50% of them were released, 50% of them were recalled. And as you can see, same thing on the hood. It looks a little worse on the black one, but black always shows all imperfections, as we know with like painting a car with a lot of Bondo. If you paint it black, it's going to look wavy like the ocean. If you paint it white or baby blue, it will kind of hide the imperfections. So this is much more transparent on the black one, and I noticed that from day one since I had the car. But honestly, to me, it kind of looks a little worse nowadays, but I'm really looking for it, so it may not be any worse than what it was. And sometimes, like, you can even see a couple little spots on the roof, like in here. I just think where the mold is kind of like porous, where there's pores in the mold, and it's causing like little holes in the casting. The sides and such look pretty good, but it's just mainly the hood. So that's the imperfections. I think that's why they recalled it. And I'm hoping that it's just, like I'm saying, kind of like some imperfections in the mold where it causes like little pores in the casting, and that's why we're seeing this little bit of spotting on the hood and roof. I'm hoping that it doesn't lead into zinc rot, but we'll see as time progresses. So anyways, let's move along to the canceled cars. The first one we'll do is the matte gray. LBWK Lamborghini Aventador in matte gray. And this is a USA exclusive, Miho exclusive, limited of 1 of 3,600. In all reality, there's probably less than 500 of these out there. As I said, the ones that you're seeing for sale on eBay, if you notice, they're all coming from Hong Kong or China. Hong Kong is where Mini GT's headquartered at, and then the factories are in mainland China. This factory that made these is in Bangladesh. So you're going to see only a few of these, and they're all coming from this region. So pretty soon you're not going to be able to get them. At the moment, they're no longer for sale on eBay. They usually sell them in sets of threes. You had the gray one, the Volcano yellow, and the red Japan Toys R Us exclusive, which is number 83, but it still says Volcano yellow on the box, but it has number 83, and we'll get into that when we get to the Volcano yellow, because the Volcano yellow is number 80. So anyways, the matte gray looks really cool, and one thing great about the matte gray, it acts like a filler primer, so the paint's much thicker, and it filled in all of those pores on the hood, so you don't really notice it on this one, and I'll show you guys that when we get it open. So, anyways, on the back, same stuff, Lamborghini licensing, where to find Mini GT online, on Facebook, on Twitter, because these were supposed to be released over a year ago. That's why it still has no Instagram and stuff like that, and still is using their old Mini GT symbol. Then on this, you just have a number and then gray. And so, very, like, basically discrete details on the UPC, whereas it's usually filled with info. So, anyways, let's get him out, and I'll tell you a couple things different on this one. So, when we pop him open, and before we pop him open, if you notice, there's a white info paper here. That never existed before on Mini GT cars. So, just kind of wondering if that was something that was going to come out of the Bangladesh factory and such. And another thing is this little insert. If you notice, like, all of the black, like, fiber trying to basically cushion the car, so no scratches occur. You have it on the front, back, top, side. So that was a new feature too. So taking more cautions here. But as you can see, well, let's go over the box real quick. So the UPC on the box is much more detailed. And we don't even have the typical LB Holdings, well, not LB Holdings, but the TSM holographic sticker never made it onto here. So this is not really supposed to be released into production. If you check out their Facebook page, they emphasize on this. If you do not see the TSM holographic sticker, it could be a knockoff, or it would be an unreleased item, prototype item, blah, blah, blah. So there's no TSM logo here, but this has happened before, and to make sure it's not a knockoff, as you can see, it does have the TSM holographic sticker on the Miho package. So, anyways, there's just a lot of things here that I would say should have been, but wasn't, because it wasn't really officially released. So, anyways, this is LB Works Lamborghini Aventador LBR Fighter Works. That's cool. I never seen that before on any of the GTRs or anything. So Fighters Works. Gray left-hand drive. And then collector number 79. Same thing with choking hazards, age restrictions, Mini GT, TSM model, and LB Liberty Walk, and so forth. So very cool. But one thing they did not do with this one, they usually always give you that tray inside the box. Well, this one they did not. The box is empty. So they do not give you any type of PVC plastic tray that they usually do. That's a first. Usually all the blister pack cars have that tray. Another thing that's new that I've never seen before is this here. The product using instructions. And it just says diecast metal, plastic, blah, 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 and the measurements and so forth. So, really unique. And as you can see, made in Bangladesh, as I mentioned before. So, that's new. Never seen that before. Could have been in the box with the black one. I don't recall, though, because that's where the black one was produced, too. So, anyways, as I was stating, this hood on this one is pretty nice. As you can see, none of those like imperfections, as I was pointing out on the blue, as you can see, like the spotting there on the left side and the center right, none of that exists on this one. The paint acted like a filler primer, actually. So pretty cool. So right now the gray actually has the best paint quality of all of them. Really cool paint job too. That red logo there, and imagine all the people living life in peace. The LB Performance on the side skirt. Just a really killer looking car. Yeah, I know I'm not really a fan of the matte gray either. It makes it look cheap, unfinished, but the look that they're going for, they nailed it like a fighter jet. So that's exactly what they were going for, and they did a hell of a job nailing it. So looks really good. Your LB Fighters works. That's new. That's the new thing, the first time I've ever seen that on one of their cars. Even like the Zero Fighter didn't have that or anything, so that's pretty cool. And it's sad too, they were going to do a Zero Fighter Aventador, but they chalked that one. So I'm not sure if they're going to do it on the Huracan, possibly. But you can get an Aventador Zero Fighter, but it's going to be from like CM Model, or there's actually a company called libertywalk that's producing them too. So guys, next one is this guy here, number 80. And this is how I got him. He had the cellophane wrap around the box as usual. That's how I got the black one too. But the only way you can get the gray one is in the blister pack. Same thing with the, well, red TRU exclusive for Japan. It only comes in the blister pack too. But as I said, I'm just going for the regular production ones. Probably should have got the red one just to have it, but I didn't. So, as I was telling you, with the red one, though, same exact box, except it says number 83. Same paint color on the box, Volcano yellow, but the car is actually red. So, it is unique in that manner, too. And as I said, the box is different. It does have a different number. So, I'm not sure if it says Volcano yellow on the UPC code or not, but the box up here, it does say that on the Japan exclusive. So, anyways, this is number 80, Liberty Walk, Mini GT, LB Works, Lamborghini Aventador, Volcano Yellow, and Mini GT, TSM model, your warning for choking, your age restrictions, your Liberty Walk emblem on this side, and then this has a very vague UPC too, yellow. And that's it. So it doesn't say like left-hand drive, right-hand drive, doesn't say nothing. And I think that's because this is like pre-production. It wasn't, or pre-production, it's and unreleased. I think they just put that on there to have something to scan it. I'm not sure though. So, but you have your TSM holographic sticker, your Lamborghini holographic sticker and such there. So it is an officially licensed TSM model Mini GT product. So let's get him out and take a look at him. And this guy also has that little inserted paper, as you can see. As I said, I'm going to have to get the box for the black one and take a look. It may have had this paper too, but I don't recall. I know the blue one didn't, but I don't think the blue one was produced in Bangladesh. It may have been, but I don't think so. Same thing though, made in Bangladesh, and same thing with Chinese characters, some English, and the measurements in centimeter. So, kind of unique. First time I've noticed these is on these guys here. And then, well, here's the typical tray that even the gray one should have came with. I would have expected inside the box, but it didn't. So that was a first. So, let's take a look at the car. And this one here, let's take a look at the hood. Get it to focus. Now, as you can see, the spots are not as transparent on this one, but they're there. The marks in the casting, they're there. Like you can almost see it looks like porous, almost like orange pill in the paint, but it's not. It's something to do with the casting. And then this on the roof, it kind of is a little bit orange pilled. This volcano yellow is really cool though. If you hit it in the right light, it looks like it's got orange highlights and such. So it's not really a flip-flop paint, but it kind of does do a flip-flop. So really cool paint color. I do dig it in a way. It kind of looks like a candy tangerine. Tangerine, sorry, under the camera, but actually in person it looks more yellowish, almost like a taxi in a way. So it's kind of ugly from far away, but the closer you get to it, the cooler it looks. And the more shade there is, it looks much cooler too. So the typical rising sun and you're living life in peace, or imagine all the people living life in peace slogan, all your sponsored stickers on the B pillar. I guess that's what I would call it, a B pillar, even though it's a fastback. So LB Performance. And then you have Forgiato for the wheels, and the Aventador, LB Aventador works. So that's pretty cool. I never noticed it before. Aventador works. So, as I said, I'm just hoping that the blue doesn't get any worse, and I'm hoping that the black doesn't get any worse. As I said, like right now, it's tolerable, but if it's going to be getting worse, that means that in a few years, these cars will start to crumble and fall apart because it's going to be zinc rot. But I'm just hoping that I'm wrong about that. I'm hoping that it is just some porous thing in the mold just on the hood, and that's as bad as it's going to get. But as you can see, like the yellow one, since it's kind of fresh, it doesn't really have a lot at the moment. It's really hard to tell. So anyways, we'll see what happens in the future, but I believe that's why they recalled these. The two that I have here are very fine examples of the yellow and the gray. And then, well, we have the blue and black, which the black, as I said, was also 50% recalled. That's why the ones that you do see on eBay are starting to go up on price, because they're getting harder and harder to find. Probably only half of them were released. And kind of just giving you guys a look at this, like, as you can see, the one thing that has me like looking at it positively is that the imperfections are almost identical, like in the same exact spots, in the same exact manner. Just the blue is a little harder to see, but it does look like it's the same thing. So that's the one thing that is like giving me a positive outlook on it, that it's not going to get any worse. It's just that one time, well, they look like crap from the beginning, and they will continue to look like crap, but they won't get any worse. So hopefully that's the case, because as I said, I can deal with that, even though I'm very, very picky with the paint and paint imperfections. That still is tolerable, because hey, the black one, everybody that I know that has one has that problem with the hood. The blue one, I don't know. I've just started noticing that on my blue one. That's why I'm a little concerned, but I didn't really look at it. So, guys, if you had the blue ones and black ones, let me know in the comments, like, what's going on with yours. Hold it under some good lighting, because it is hard to see on the blue one especially. The black is a little more transparent. The natural sunlight, probably you're not going to see it. Natural sunlight actually helps hide stuff, honestly, in my opinion. It's the fluorescence that really nitpick the paint job. That's why, like a lot of body guys I've talked to in the past always said, if you want to see the imperfections, look at it under fluorescent lighting. If you don't want to see imperfections, put it outside, especially if you're selling something. Make sure it's outside when they come to look at it. That way they don't see all the imperfections. So that's why I said this artificial lighting in our apartment in this room is really, really good. So it really picks out all of the imperfections. So guys, I'm going to leave a link here for another video on Mini GT. If you like this one, I'm sure you'll enjoy that one. So here are your 2 unreleased canceled Aventadors. So as I said, if you guys are looking for them and you're in the Philippines, check out Shopee. They're on there. For the time being, I think the gray one is sold out though, but you can still get the yellow one and the red one. And then if you're in the States, check eBay. They usually sell them in sets of 3. As I said, currently, last time I was there, I did not see any for sale, but he could have re-upped and got more. So, guys, I will talk to you again later this week. We'll do another premium car unboxing, and then this weekend we will do another video, and I will give you guys some details on some changes I'm going to be doing to the channel as of July. So, thanks for watching, and please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and please share the video. Enjoy the start to your week, guys.